Battery fully charged.
Yes, my headset battery is indeed fully charged. Hello everybody, welcome in, welcome to stream. Welcome to stream today. Hope y'all are doing good. It's in the chat for art, so true actually. But hello everyone, hello, welcome in, welcome to stream. Yes. Today we are going to be doing, I'm doing all right. I'm kind of tired, but that's okay. I just finished teaching camp, so we're all good. So today what we are going to be doing is, oh shoot, I forgot to change latency. That's okay. Today what we are going to be doing is we're going to be talking about hair textures, hair types. We're going to be talking about how to draw hair in general. We're going to go over the basics once again. I will do my best to teach how to draw different hair textures. Usually I kind of just wing it, but I'll see if I can add some rhyme and reason to it. I love that Satyr man already. His name is Cliff. He's great. But yes, so we are going to be talking about hair today. We're going to be talking about how to draw hair and so on and so forth. Let me know if music sounds good, if I should turn it up, if I should turn anything down, anything like that. But yes, before we get going though, most of you should know the drill, if I can find what I need. There we go. Because if any of y'all didn't know, our growing community is filled with tons of art nerds, and we art nerds have to stick together. So if you're an art nerd too, be sure to check out the links to our social media in the description below, and check out our website for our class offerings, where you can get critique, guidance, and encouragement from our instructors, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are an art school too. So if you'd like to support us so we can keep making free content, consider supporting us on Patreon for as little as $5 a month, where you can get access to tons of perks like some of my working files, critique sessions, and a huge discount on our classes that have a limited amount of spots. So be sure to check those out before they're gone. We also offer pre-recorded classes as well if you'd like to check those out. That is also available on Patreon. But yes, art nerd power is super true, Millie. Let me before we get going though, as per new tradition that I still need to remember to actually do, oh my gosh, my back, dude. My back is not with me today. We are going to go over a little bit of an art showcase because I did go through the Discord once again. We went through and we talked, and I picked 6 of my favorite ones. I picked 6 of some of the pieces that stuck out to me. This one on the Discord by Amethyst24, a couple of dragons. I remember seeing one was like one was an OC and then their older sibling. Oh shoot, I forget. It's a really fun style though. I have a feeling that this person reads Wings of Fire. I haven't read that series in so long, but it's also what taught me how to draw dragons. Really, really fun style, nice and fluid posing. I really love the way that they shade with just like the 3 lines. That's a really cool and funky way of doing it. Really, really fun dragon designs overall as well. I love like the mix of the blend of feathers. I've always loved feathered dragons. It's a really, really fun kind of design choice. I really love the blend of the two. This week has been crazy. Some of these pieces are crazy. There's like all these pieces are crazy, but like I chose some of my favorites. This one is by Fench on the Discord. I've seen their work a lot. This is crazy. I love the rendering. I love the style. I love the anatomy. Really, really beautiful work. It's a really, really well done piece. This one is crazy. Beautiful, beautiful piece. I just like, I don't know what else to say. It's just really good. Really well rendered, really well done. Great stuff. And then this one, I love the design of this character. I wanted to put in a traditional one in here too. I love the leafy dress, and I love the addition of the petal wings, right? And the petal dress. I love the different textures and things that are introduced in this really cute design. This is a really, really fun one. This one is by Lollipop on the Discord. And then this one by Raven on the Discord. I'm a huge sucker for any kind of skull head. Like, I love skulls. So, like, I have a character with a skull head as well. I have a demon with a skull head. So, like, any kind of, like, skull character, I have, like a bias towards. But this is a really cool design overall. I love the lighting. I love... This skull looks great. I love the anatomy of it. The reindeer skull. Really, really beautiful stuff. I love horns. I'm a big fan of antlers. So, I just really love antlers and that kind of deal. This one by Salty. Salty has been on the Discord for a while. I've chatted with Salty a couple of times. This is a beautiful piece. Love the rendering on this. Love the very painterly style that's been going on here. The flow of movement. And like the feathers and the fur on this character. Really, really great stuff. This is a really good example of a piece that like, that really took the like don't zoom in too much to heart. Because it's like if I zoom in, I can see all the paint strokes, but that's totally fine. I love that look. I love the look of seeing all those paint strokes, but zoomed out, it all blends very nicely. It all feels very, very cohesive. All right, really, really great. Really great stuff. And then this last one by Trevin on the Discord, their Owlin character. I'm a D&D nerd, so I see Owlin, I'm like, yes. It's a really fun design. There's an Owlin that a friend of mine made. His name's Oot. He's a little menace. He has the, what's it called? He has the little German boy accent. Like, you know, the, no, little German boy, don't go into the cave, that meme. Like, he has that accent. So, like, every time that I think of an Owlin, I think of him. But I also saw, this Owlin, and I was like, yes, more Owlins. I don't have an Owlin character, but maybe one day. But yes, this is a really cute design. I love it. I love the outfit. I'm just a big fan of, like, this design. It's really cute. But yes, thank you so much to everybody who is submitting. Remember that we have submissions on the Discord. If you would like to join the Discord, you can submit some art pieces that match the monthly themes. This month was Magic and Fantasy. We are cutting off the Magic and Fantasy this week because next week will be August. So once we come back next week, we will have a whole new theme that we'll be going with, probably. Hopefully. Daria, can you confirm? But if you would, next week, there will most likely be a whole new topic that you will be able to submit for. So I will no longer be looking for Magic and Fantasy. We will be looking for the next topic that I don't know. So we will see what it is. New theme is in August. Yes, so August is this Monday. So next week will be a completely different theme. All right. Hair. Let's see if I remember how to teach this. It's been a long time since I've taught hair, actually. I haven't had a need to. I'll talk about my satyr man afterwards. August seems so far away. It is in 3 days. So it's not that far away, I don't think. Hair and hair. Whoops, and hair. Textures. We're in Medibank today. We usually try and swap up the what's it called, the program that we use week by week. So we've done CSP and Photoshop for the past 2 or 3 weeks. So we're switching it up to Medibank this week. Hair must be hard to teach. I find that hair, yeah, hair is one of the harder ones to teach. I think just hair texture is hard to teach. I haven't found a way to simplify it. Like, that's what I always try to teach with, is like a simplified method. So it's like easier for everyone to understand. But I think that hair is one of those things where it's like, I just don't know how to simplify every single hair type. Because there just isn't a way to. Hair and hair types. Hair. Also, don't mind me. I've taught 2 different classes before this. We just finished comics and manga. I just taught 2 weeks of comics and manga. So I taught a bunch of kids to draw, like, comics and how to lay them out. So that was a lot of fun, but I am also very tired. Hair comes with many different textures and styles. So no single method works for all hair. The only thing that remains consistent. Love your one where you teach how to draw animal people and feet and legs. The alligator came in handy. Fun fact, when I was, like, in high school, I want to say, like, shoot. When I started, so I say high school, but that's not the same for everybody. When I was about 13, I was like, I've been working with just straight human anatomy for so long. I really want to challenge myself. So I was like, I spent all of my high school years, a good chunk of my high school years, from age, like, 14 to, like, I want to say like 17. I spent that whole time like learning the relationship between human anatomy and animal anatomy, because I'm like, they're actually really similar if you think about it. So I was like, I want to see how they fit together. So that was like what I studied for years. That and like muscle structure and stuff like that. And that's like what I learned for so long. So hair and hair textures. Hair comes in many different textures and styles. So no single method works for all hair, right? One of the options, so what won the poll was long and curly hair. So that's what we're going to be drawing for the end of stream. But I also included coily hair. There was also straight hair, right? Mid-length, so on and so forth, right? There are lots of different types of hairs, lots of different types of hair textures, right? I have fairly thick but straight and kind of silky hair. My brother's hair is a bit more coarse, but his is also very thick, right? My dad's hair is very thick, very, not coarse, but like kind of smooth. My mom's hair is very, very silky, but mostly fair, like very thin hair, right? So hair comes in a lot of different textures and styles. So no single method works for all hair, right? Not all hair will fall the same, not all hair will curl the same, not all hair will blah, 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 right? So there isn't really a single method. There are lots and lots of different ways to draw hair, right? The only thing that remains consistent is where the hair grows from, right? All our hair comes from the top of our head, right? If we are talking about like hairstyles, right, that kind of thing, our hair comes from around the top of our head, right? So like we could have hair that grows from other places, right? We might have facial hair, which I'm not going to talk about because I haven't perfected that either. So I have no clue how to teach facial hair because I don't know how to draw it that well. But like just regular hair that comes from the top of your head generally that is approximately the same across everybody. So let's talk about how to think when we do that. I have fishies. I used to have a fish. I don't want to get another betta fish. I've had quite a few betta. My most recent one passed away a few months ago. Halcyon lived for about 3.5 years, and before that it was Zephyr, who was alive for about 5. So I love fish. I love betta. But I want to get a better tank. So if I get another betta fish, I want to get a better tank for them. And then right now I have a bird. Her name is Medley. She screams at me all the time, and she hates my phone. So I'm just drawing ahead really quick. I should actually draw this from a different angle. Let's not have this staring straight up. Let's have this one kind of from the top. Anybody want the music a little bit louder? Because it's kind of quiet in my ears. I don't know if anybody wants it a little bit louder. I have a budgie. I have a fancy budgie. Medley, I think, is around 10 years old. 10, 15 years old. She's getting older. A little bit louder? Okay, I can do that. How's that? Is that a little bit too loud, or are we good with that? It might get a little bit louder, so like... Is this better? Okay, sick. Fantastic. All right, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. I don't know why I'm taking forever to draw this head. Like, it literally doesn't need to... Oops. Literally doesn't need to be this... Hey. Okay. That should do it. Okay. Oh, I forgot to save this file. Let's do that real quick. I feel like every week I just forget how to stream. Just a little bit more. Alright, stream 64. So, the only thing that remains consistent is where the hair grows from, right? So I usually like to think that there's like two major things for how we can think of where the hair grows from, right? And then like a third thing that we have to keep in mind. So the first thing where your hair might grow from is a part. Which is a line. Down the scalp. Where hair grows from, right? So the first one is a part. It's a line that's kind of down the scalp, that kind of goes down the scalp where the hair grows from, right? We're mostly, like, what's in right now is a middle part. You'll see a middle part very frequently. I've had a middle part for my whole life. Previously, it was a side part. People kind of liked having their parts on the side of their head by comparison to the middle. Second one is a crown. Kind of grows like that. A point. Goes. What's my favorite color? Cerulean. In a spiral. Can have more than one, right? So a crown is a point that kind of grows outwards in a spiral type thing. right? It's generally just a single point on the head. My brother has 3 crowns, so his hair is kind of hard to maintain. But generally, a crown, you see crowns more with like shorter hair, but you can have it for longer hair. How do you write that color? Cerulean, C-E-R-U-L-E-A-N. Cerulean. That's my favorite color. And then this last one is more like just to keep in mind certain things, is the hairline. And this is just where hair stops. This is kind of the standard shape for most people. Some people have a widow's peak. That's kind of that shape. I just have the straight across. Some people have like more like that. Some people have a receding hairline, so it goes a little bit farther back, so on and so forth, right? But a hairline is where your hair stops growing on the top of your head. It's a really nice blue. It's a great blue, yeah. What would afros be considered? Afros tend to be kind of like a, you could actually, it could be either. It depends on the type of afro. If you have like a straight, like big, huge, bouncy afro, you're considering more of the hairline than you are a crown or a part. Very thick, coily hair that isn't necessarily like a huge afro, but it's still very large. More often than not, I see that as a part, but you could do it as a crown instead. There's really no, it's just up to you how you decide to do it. Right, so styled hair tends to be 2 or more of these combined, right? It's rare, like usually with like more natural hair, you'll only ever think of 1 or 2 of these, right? But you want to consider all 3 when drawing hair in general. If you want more interesting hairstyles, you're going to have to consider all 3. A very, very anime-esque hair tends to ignore every single one of these principles. So if you would like to ignore every single one of these principles, you may, but it is usually a bit better if you at least think about them. So your hair just makes just a smidge more sense, because I find that hair that makes a smidge more sense is easier to draw. And section it off. Sectioning off your hair really helps. So say if you have like a character who has like bangs in the front, right? Let's say you got like bangs in the front, so you've got one section that's like your bangs. And then maybe you have a couple more sections kind of in the front like this. And then you've got a whole part in the back that's like that. All right, sectioning off your hair helps a lot when you're drawing a character, because then you can kind of understand how it flows and how it moves. So let's say if you got a character with shorter hair, maybe you've got, let's do the satyr man that I just designed. So he's got kind of like these front sections here. And then he's got a few more back here. It's all from a part, though. And then he has, like, hair that's kind of tied back here. Right? So section off your hair and makes it a little bit easier to draw, a little bit easier to move around the head. It's just a little bit easier to maintain. Let me move these around so they're easier to work with. Let's actually just keep this here, I guess. And let's make this longer. Let's make this canvas longer. Woo! Why can't I just click and drag the edge, Medibang? Oh, the Sephiroth. The Sephiroth front bangs. True. One-winged angel plays in the background. I've never drawn Sephiroth before. Hang on. Give me a second. I only know him from Smash. Cool. Okay. Now I gotta move these all over again. Okay. Alright. So general. Hair tips. Right? When I can't figure out how to teach something, I just give a bunch of the tips that I've been given. So, number one. Think of your hair. Like ribbons. Works best on straight. To light. Curls, right? So these are just some tips for different hair textures. Think of your hair like ribbons. Works best on straight to light curls, right? If you were to draw in hair, right? Let's say if we've got like hair that kind of looks like this, right? Don't draw. Something just fell. Every strand. You're better off drawing them like larger ribbons, right? If I was to kind of draw a section of hair, right? Let's say if it's a bit curlier, if it curls around, you got another section that kind of curls like this, and then we're back around to the front. That's right. It's like that. And like that. Right? It's easier to think of them as like ribbons. If it's straight, not flowy, then you can think of it still as just a flat ribbon. Right? So if I draw this on a person, you can have it so then it's like your individual hair sections can be split. It's different ribbons, almost. No. Why do you do this, Smutty Bang? Right, so then if you have like hair like that, it looks a lot better treating them in those bigger, larger sections like ribbons. Think of your hair like ribbons. James Team Rocket. Hair too long for James Team Rocket. Fun fact to those who don't know, my nickname is Jessie, my real name is Jessica, but like Jessie is my nickname, one of my nicknames, and then my brother's name is James. So for my dad, I've told this before, but when my dad or my mom would want to, or my dad would want to call us for us to go somewhere, he'd go like, Team Rocket, let's go. So that's how we'd call both of us at once. Number 2. Don't add into much texture. Or 2. Many sections. Like from Pokemon? Yes, like from Pokemon. I come from a family of nerds. Why Jessie suits my OC so much. Which one? Which character, Em? Meowth, that's right. Yeah, no, I have a friend whose D&D character, Scribbles, who is a Tabaxi wizard bard. Has a New York accent, so we all joke that he's like Meowth. It was just a coincidence, Elmer's glue. What's my favorite Pokemon? Noivern. Like your one that's shown as you're speaking the one with rainbow hair. Oh, my gremlin. That's my persona. That's just me. Yeah, that's just my persona. I love Fennec Foxes. I have a Fennec Fox character too, actually. Too much texture, too busy. So don't add in too much texture or too many sections to your hair. You'll see this mistake a lot. You'll see this actually a lot with a lot of older anime art, where they kind of like, where they draw the character and then there's just a lot of like hair strands like this, right? And it goes crazy, and then they add on another layer, and then they add on more hair underneath, and then they add even more hair, and then there's a ponytail, and there's every single section of hair drawn every single time. This is too much. This is so busy. This is crazy busy, and it makes, especially if you're lining every single bit of that hair, that is way too much hair. Way too much hair, right? That is so much texture that you need to add in. What's my favorite shiny? I'm not gonna lie. I love Noivern's shiny. Right? If you were to do the same hairstyle with hair, especially, less is more, right? You will do a lot better with a lot less information. Let's see this ponytail. This hair kind of sucks regardless, but like, you're a lot better off adding a little bit less in, right? It's the same deal. I've been using a lot of straight or like mildly curly hair. It's the same thing with coily hair. If you were to do very, very thick coily hair. If you were to have a character who has very, very thick coily hair and you add coils in every single section like this, it's like your line art. Like, say if you're not just using line art, if it is just lines, then maybe you want to do this, but it actually looks a lot worse if you just draw in every single curl, especially with really heavy, bouncy hair. It actually helps a little bit better if you just keep it to the tips or the extremities. Like, draw the overall texture and then just add little bits to the end or to the part or to the crown. Galarian Ponyta is so cute. I cried when I saw Galarian Ponyta, not gonna lie. I cried when I saw Wooloo. I cried when I saw Smoliv. Galarian Ponyta is everything. So it looks a lot better if your texture is around the extremities. Small supremacy, so true. Oh, Apple Dragon, Applin. I don't mind Applin. Or wait, Applin's the first one. I don't remember the names of them. Rowlet's great. So most detail. Should be on extremities. Tips of hair. Where it grows from. Right, so this goes for every single hair texture, right? Don't add in too much texture or too many sections. Actually, too much texture equals too busy. Mostly applicable to line art. Forgot to add that little disclaimer in, right? Adding in more texture to your hair is fine, especially with really, really curly hair like this, that's fine. But if you add in more texture, you need to make sure that it's color dependent, right? If you're adding in a lot more texture, right, you're gonna be adding in a lot more curls to this if it was like, say, if there was like color. All right, let's add in a little bit of color. Let's say that we added in like more color to this. If we colored this in, and then I'm gonna need a lot more texture to show off the different curls that are there, right? I'm gonna need to start to add in a lot more like curls and coils and whatnot, right, into this hair. But that's with the color, right? That's also a shoddy coloring job. But if I'm going to add in that extra texture, it's going to be with color. It's not going to be with my lines, right? So try and not to add in too many, like, try not to, what the heck? Try not to add too much. Try not to add in too many lines for the hair texture. Such a 20,000, bro, I wish. Minchino is such a cute Pokemon. I love the sound that it makes. Yeah, most details should be around the extremities. So let's say if I was to draw, like, dreads. Actually, I usually try and find the hairline first with dreads. Dreads are a hairstyle that I haven't perfected, I don't think. I'm not really great with them. Dreads or locks. But it's usually better if you kind of section it off at the ends, right? It's usually better if you just add in your texture at the ends of it. That kind of deal. Alright, what other tips have I been given? Too much texture on me sections, all hair types, too much texture equals too busy. Most details should be around the extremities, the tips of hair where it grows from, mostly applicable to line art. Hair flows like a river. It's mostly for longer. Less curly hair. Falls around the body, right? If you have a person, right? Let's say that their hair got like the shoulders here. Right, let's say that we have like hair that's like this, right? In one section you draw it like this, and then if it's flowing to the side you're drawing it like this, right? No. Hair has a flow to it. Hair moves. Hair has a lovely kind of bounce to it, right? You want to make sure that your hair has a bounce, because it falls around the person. It's the same deal here. If the hair is coming down, it'll flow around the shoulders. It'll come down and flow around the shoulders, right? It won't just come straight down if the hair is straight. You gotta make sure that it flows around. And again, if it's blowing in the wind, the hair will whip around. It won't just go in one direction. Right, this hair will whip and flow. Hair will whip and flow and will follow a shape. It'll follow a curve. It'll follow a pattern, right? Hair is like how we describe cats, right? It's like solid liquids. Or yeah, solid liquids. It will flow like a river. It'll move like a river. Make sure you encapsulate a flow when you draw your hair. Stiffer hair, like coilier hair, may not flow exactly the same. It will still have a flow, but it won't be quite like this. Have I ever drawn an Avatar The Last Airbender character? I have never watched it, so no. I'm the last human on Earth who have ever watched The Last Airbender. All my friends are upset about that. Whoopsies. Because I have not watched Atla, nor have I watched Korra, so... I know, I've been told a bajillion times to watch it. I don't have the time, man. Okay. Oh, the computer sound scared you? I'm sorry. Give me a second, my hand is killing me right now. Hair flows like a river, long as so flowing. Oh, right. Braids. Lol. Okay, braids. I'm not gonna do like a whole tip segment. Like, braids are so much easier than everybody ever thinks that they are. Because everybody's always like, oh my god, I struggle with braids so much. Braids are literally the easiest thing to draw ever. I will not stress this enough, right? Draw a line of hearts. Just a long line of hearts. Oops. Stop. Now if you just cross over the one section, and then just fix it up a little bit so the section that's crossing over moves a little bit into the next section. You just gotta fix it so like they move into each other rather than it just being like the one thing. And then you can even like get rid of the middle section a little bit and like just make it just like a little bit more stylized if you want. That's it. That's literally it. Like it's this easy. I don't know why people struggle with braids so much. It is one of the like biggest pet peeves of mine. I'm like, I struggle so much with braids. They're so easy. Like, it's not hard. Oh, wet hair? Yeah, I can do wet hair. Give me a second. But that's literally it. That's literally how you do... How do you even start the braid, though? The letter V. And then a heart. It's so easy. It's so easy. Like, I cannot stress how easy braids are. That's it. That's number 4. That's braids. I'm not going in any more depth than that. Every time I get somebody who's asking me, how do I draw braids? That's it. That's literally it. Last one I'm gonna do is wet hair, because I don't have time for much else. We're getting close to 5. Number 5 is wet hair. Oh, wet hair and then one more. Wet hair. One more weight. Sits closer. Sits closer to scalp. Right, wet hair. When I say it'll sit closer to the scalp, I mean, like, usually you'll want to draw your hair, like, above the scalp. You still will, but it'll be much less so. So if you have somebody with wet hair... Like, if we have, like, soaked hair... Let me actually... I'm kind of annoyed that it makes a whole new layer every single time. Like, I'm like, why would you do that? If we've got hair that is, like, soaked. Right, this hair is gonna be, like, very, very heavy. Just kind of like that. You can even add, like, a little, like, wavy bit in there. That's what I do if I'm going really fast. To give it a bit more, like, heft. If you have very curly hair that is wet, again, it'll be closer to the scalp than it normally is. Or if you have very curly hair that is wet, it'll be a lot closer to the scalp than it normally is. But it's still gonna, like, keep a bit of its curl. It's not gonna get as straight as this, right? But yeah, most of it is just like... If it's normally farther away, really far away from the scalp when you draw it, it'll just get closer and closer to the scalp. The only hair that really won't have, like, this extreme shine will be coily hair, because coily hair just does not get as shiny as that usually. It'll get shiny, for sure, but not as, like, shiny as, like, say, like, perfectly straight hair. It'll have a lot more of a texture to it. Are you kidding me? I can't keep it like... Oh wait, hang on. Can I just work down like that? Haha! I'm doing a funky order. Alright, one more tip that's just like what I've been told to do all my life. This file is so long. My god. Number 6. Straw hair. Away from scalp. So this is for all hair. Don't draw hair. on that first. Hair has volume, right? So hair has volume. Hair has volume. If you have hair, it will be away from the top of the head, right? If I wasn't an artist, what would I want to become? A psychologist. See your hair, right? Even if it's straight, even if it's thin, it will not be directly on the scalp. If you have very thin, straight hair, you'll still have it away from the scalp. Maybe not as much, but it will be away from it. There will still be some space between the initial circle that you draw and the hair itself. If you have very, very voluminous hair, like very coily, afro-like hair, that hair is going to be so far away from the scalp, right? And then if you got, like, even with shorter hair, right, let's say that you've got, like, generally short hair. Whoops. Let's see, we've got, like, a crown happening here. There's still gonna be some space. Right? So try not to draw your hair directly on top of the scalp. Because hair has volume. Does hair have a gender? No! Did it tell you its pronouns? I don't care who you are. I don't think there's such a thing as female and male hair. Have whatever hairstyle you want. Hi Kay, welcome in. What's the name of the song or the music that I'm listening to? There is a link in the description to the music that we use every single time. It's hair, exactly. Fashion is what you make it. All right, though, that's gonna be it for this segment. My God, there's so much here. Yeah, okay. That was so much. I didn't expect that to go on for so long, but here we are, I guess. So, that's gonna be it for the lesson-y portion. That means we're gonna get onto the non-lesson-y portion, which is just me drawing. What won the poll? If you haven't subscribed yet, we have polls in the community post every single week. What won the poll was long and curly hair. So I'm gonna have to figure out who to draw for this, because it was at the bottom of the list, so I didn't expect it. Well, I guess I should have expected to draw it. I'm like... No, it's not over. It's not like the actual stream itself is over, but like we still need to do the actual illustration at the end. What won the poll was long and curly hair. Am I a shoujo artist? I'm not. I prefer drawing men. Thank you for the donation. Kiosk. How long have I been drawing for? I've been drawing for like my entire life. I came out the womb and I was drawing, I had a pencil in hand and I asked my mother for a sheet of paper the second that I entered this world. So approximately 21 years. What's shoujo? It's art for girls, usually. That's what they call it. When did I start digital art? I was 13. So I've been doing digital art since I was 8. For about 8 years. Pout out the womb drawing Mozart. Yeah, for real. Born talented. No. I never, when I was first started, obviously I wasn't amazing. Okay, should I just give Mara really long curly hair for no reason? Wasn't that shonen? I don't know, it was just my default head shape. Do it? Vibes. I prefer to draw burlier men. Oz is here, and so is Crow. Yeah, Curly Mara, you got it, guys. Welcome in, all three of you. Mara is who I would have drawn if, long and wavy one. Men. Yeah, I prefer drawing men. That's just my general thing. Like, I talked about like the satyr that I designed yesterday. Let me show him. This is just how I draw people usually. Where is he? Where's Cliff? Hang on. I prefer drawing burly men. Like, this is just how I draw people mostly. Cliff. He's a satyr. He's a paladin. He's dad character. That's generally how I draw men. Yep, this is generally how I draw. I don't tend to draw. You named him. Yeah, his name's Cliff. Cliff Conrose. He is the most lawful good paladin you will ever meet. He will cook you barbecues at the poolside and give you advice for what you should pursue in life. Cliff is beautiful. He is, isn't he? Love Craig. Thank you, Crow. Paladins are pretty epic. I don't know if I'll ever play him, but I'd love to. He's the most dad of all dads. Yeah, he's very much my dad character. He cooked me cup noodles. He would love to cook you cup noodles. He looks like Asgore. That is pretty well what I was thinking. Except I made him a reindeer. Any advice for D&D? I don't think I have any because I've only been playing for like maybe like 2-3 months. I got into D&D last year, so I haven't been like into D&D for very long. If I had to give advice for D&D, I'd say have fun. All my characters are menaces. Yeah, I love Undertale. I used to, when I was really into it when it first came out. My best friend and I met and bonded over Undertale. We're still best friends to this day. Lotus energy. For real. Pass the wisdom check. Cries. Versus Toriel. See, the meme is that I did actually want to make Cliff a divorced guy. I was like, listen, I have Kingsley and Sunny who have been happily married for like 6 years. I haven't written like a divorced character before. I kind of want to try that. That's the meme. Who's he divorced to? What was the divorce like? I have no clue. My D&D DMing advice: don't get too attached to any of your plans. Yes, I've been told that a lot. Oz, one of my lovely DM friends. What was the hardest boss to you in Undertale? Fun fact, the hardest boss to me was Undyne. Everyone else I didn't really have that much of an issue with. Then again, I never played the genocide route. I couldn't get past pacifist. Anything I played pacifist and I refused to play anything else. So I was like, I don't want to hurt anybody. Why am I literally struggling right now? It's like I'm not used to Medibang anymore. I don't like how Medibang handles. Like, it's just like, I'm so used to everything else. Yeah, no, I've never fought Sans. I refuse. So when I played, Undyne was the hardest for me. Because I refused to play Genocide. I did beat Pacifist though, without too much of a hitch. Asgore I got first try, Flowey was second try for me. Undyne took like 5 tries, I think. Have I ever been frustrated when I draw something? Yeah, for sure. I'm getting mildly frustrated right now, actually. Mara is usually second nature. I don't know why I am struggling right now. It's an elf. Yeah, Mara's a wood elf. He's not my character. He's from Show That Shall Not Be Named, which is a D&D show that I work for. That's not the name of it. I just straight up can't say the name. It's not hard to find though. As in, it's not hard to, like, if you like look through my Discord profile, it's not hard to find the show. I just can't say the name of it on stream. How did I beat Flowey second try? Fun fact, I knew about Undertale before I played it. I didn't go in playing Undertale blind. So I watched like perfect runs of Flowey and Asgore over and over and over. And somehow I just like memorized the movements. So I beat Flowey second try, like almost perfect. And I got Asgore almost perfect first try. I was like, let's go. What's my favorite color? I said that before, cerulean. If I had my way, Mara would have such curly hair, dude. Jokes. This is kind of how I draw Lorelei's hair, not gonna lie. I could have drawn Lorelei, I guess. But I was like, I don't know. I feel like drawing Mara. Have I played Elden Ring? No. I have watched a bunch of my friends play in VCs, though. And seeing how they respond to Elden Ring, I refuse to play it. Cerulean? C-E-R-U-L-E-A-N. What is this? A parcel, you say? Oh, I know what this is. Well, okay, that's fine. Have I played The Last Campfire? I have not. I've never heard of it. It looks like that elf from Harry Potter. I have no clue who that is because I never got into Harry Potter and I don't think I ever will. I've drawn Mara's hair in so many different ways, I swear. Like, every single time that I draw Mara, like, I love drawing Mara. He's, like, one of my favorite characters to draw. Calling Mara Dobby. Have I participated in an art fight? I have not. Every single time that I see art fight, I'm like, I kind of want to participate, and then I just realize that I don't have the time to. So I never do. Have I watched Stranger Things? I have. No spoilers for anybody who hasn't, though. I have seen the recent season. I finished it. It's a good time. How much did I like Mettaton? Mettaton was my favorite. Mettaton was my favorite character. How long have I been teaching? I've been teaching since I was 18. It's been about 3-ish years. Yeah, I think I started, technically, I started working for Wing Canvas when I was 17. And then it just became my actual job when I was about 18. Did I watch Arcane? I did. Loved Arcane. If you weren't an art teacher, what would you be? I said that. I said I'd probably be a psychologist. my favorite thing to draw, hard to pick. I love drawing like everything. I think one of my favorite, I love drawing teeth. Teeth and hair are two of my favorite things to draw. I love drawing creatures, love horror, that kind of deal. I think my least favorite thing to draw, well, no, I know my least favorite thing, vehicles. Any kind of vehicular device. I hate drawing cars. I've had to draw 5 cars in the past week, and I was struggling the whole time, and I hate them. It's like the thing with cars is like, I can't memorize them for some reason. I can't find a single method for them that works. I just have to look up a bajillion references every time and hope that it looks okay. And it's just so geometric, and they're so annoying. I don't care. Like, if I have to draw them, I will, but I will avoid them if I can. Do I know how to draw backgrounds? I love drawing backgrounds. I would draw so many more backgrounds if I had the option to. How would I do a robot boy? I quite like drawing robots, actually. Robots are a little bit different than, I used to hate drawing mechs and robots, and I think I got over it, during my time in college. And now I'm like, I love drawing robots. Like, I find that, like, mechs are a lot of fun. I don't think I'd trust myself to do them for commission work. Like, because I still struggle with them, but I have fun working with them. But, like, actually working with, like, mechs and whatnot, I don't think I trust myself to do it for commission work. I, too, have a robot character, yeah. One of my water ganasis, Rylon, is an artificer. A battlesmith artificer? I haven't played them yet. But Rye's little robot, little steel defender is named Fishbowl. I love them. Rye is, like, the most chaotic. I designed them off of, like, a lot of Splatoon characters. And I had a lot of fun designing them. So this is Fishbowl. Fishbowl is best character. And then Rye is an annoying water genasi. Their pronouns are they, them. They're the only one of my D&D characters whose pronouns are not he, him. How do you figure out how to connect robot parts? I have actually been told, or I learned one of my favorite tips from a doll artist, whose tip they got from their old university professor, which was so long as you kind of match your robot parts or any kind of patterning to general anatomy, it will look good. So I tend to think of like how joints work, how structure works in the body, and generally you can get your mechs looking really good as long as you follow those two. Delightful's the only one I watched. Delightful is one of my favorites as well. I'm crying. I hope Delightful is doing well. I know that she just had a baby. So I'm like, I'm excited to have her videos back. It's Mara, Marlene. It's just Mara with curly hair. Anime sculpting is also a really good one. I love watching just like sculptors because I can't sculpt to save my life, but I'd love to like relearn how. Because I used to do a lot of like sculpting and a lot of like physical sculpting, like with actual clay and whatnot. I don't know much about, like I went to school for 3D sculpting and I don't remember how to do it at all. It's probably just because I went and then didn't stay. Yeah, Mara Puggers. Do I have a character that looks like me? No, I don't have any self-inserts. That was Maya for a sec. No. Maya's got those double braids. Have I seen Hextian's dolls? I have. I quite like Hextian. I think I prefer Delightful Setup a little bit. Who else do I watch? I don't watch too many. Like, Delightful's the only one I'm subscribed to. I think that, like, I watch a few others, though. Moonlight Jewel I watch sometimes. There's this pair of doll artists that I watch that are on the same channel that I also really like. Who else? Nicole's Dreams, I think, is who she is. That's another one that I watch sometimes. Moonlight has such pretty dolls, for real. Yeah, they're beautiful. Task Manager is one of my favorites. I don't know who that is. Oh, Deltarune. Lol. I haven't finished Deltarune. I played the first chapter and I didn't play the second one. And I still need to. I did, however, finish the cat game. I finished Stray. I don't know if I mentioned that last stream too, but I'm mentioning it again. It was so good. I almost 100%ed it on my first run, but I didn't. So I might go back in and play again. Just because I feel like it. Hearing thunders after the music? It is. It is bright and sunny outside where I am right now. Mara Glow Up. I designed the first Mara. No. I designed Mara too. But I love Mara's normal hair. Like his mid-length wavy. Like that's like it's like one of my favorite aspects because I'm like, yes, I get to draw long hair. That means I can put him in a bunch of different hairstyles. Have I read Warrior Cats? I have not. I was not a Warrior Cats kid. Instead of Warrior Cats, I read Percy Jackson. Is this drawing an anime and manga style? I don't think so. Like I wouldn't call this like a perfect anime or manga art style. I'd say it's inspired for sure, but I wouldn't say that this is like what you'd see in an anime or manga very frequently. Thank you again for the $2, Kiosk. Yeah, if you want a guaranteed shot at me reading your message, then like a donation is how you do it. Have I read Wings of Fire? Yes, I have. I've read the first 5. And I thought that it ended at 5. And then one of my students was like, one of my students handed in a work once, and I was like, are you inspired by like Wings of Fire? And they were like, yeah, I love Wings of Fire. And I'm like, oh yeah, I love Wings of Fire. I loved reading them when I was a kid. It was like what taught me how to draw dragons. And they were like, yeah. And they were like, I just finished book 11. I was like, book 11? I was like, what do you mean book 11? I look it up and there's so many more books. And I was like, huh? What do you mean? I thought it ended after 5 because 5 like was so conclusive. And I had like this like perfect like little ending. And I was like, all right, cool. Because like I used to just always order them from Scholastic whenever they released. And like, I didn't realize there were so many more. I was like, shoot, all right, well, I'm probably never gonna catch up to them, but I'm glad that the love of Wings of Fire is still going on because the cover artist is amazing. The way that they draw dragons is really great. I love the flow. I love the anatomy. Like still to this day, I really love how those covers look. They're really, really well done. Scarlet. Scarlet was great. Scarlet. Is that one that I knew? Hang on. Wings of Fire. Oh, yeah. It's just one of the original ones, right? Right? Hang on. I'm trying to remember. Dragonette Prophecy. Yeah, she was part of, like, the original ones, right? I think. No. What? No. Hang on. Yeah. She was in the beginning. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like I feel like I remember that name. That's one of them that I remember. I think Glory was my favorite. Because I liked how pretty she was. Thank you for the donation, Trenton. Thank you for the $1. Daria is our lovely mod. One of the lovely people here at Wing Canvas. Actually, this hair is kind of a vibe. Yeah, we're co-workers. Both here work here at Wing Canvas. Wing Canvas is a group of people. We're not just one person. If you saw the recent community post, we all met up in person recently to go get gelato as a celebration for the $10,000 or whoa, the 100,000 Wing Canvas subscriber plaque. Is anyone else draw on this channel? We will be having a few other people. We'll be having, I believe, Vanessa and Iggy. You'll be able to see their work in August. I will be taking a 2-week break, the last 2 weeks of August. So it will not be me for those 2 weeks. It'll be some other people. Yeah, so Vanessa and Iggy will be joining us later on, the last 2 weeks of August. Actually, speaking of, I need to check their stream plans, but they looked fine when I saw. Yeah, more people. There'll be more people eventually. Currently, it's just me, though. I'm the one who streams 99% of the time. You're stuck with me. I'm sorry. What's my favorite thing about drawing? I think it's, like, just the freedom of it. Reality can be whatever I want. That's my favorite bit. I make this joke a lot, but I think it's becoming more and more serious. It's just like, I have an intrusive thought. I'm like, I wish this existed. I can make it exist. I can draw it. It's there. It's just a thing I have the ability to do now. I'm good with being stuck with you. I'm glad, because you have no choice. Will you ever do an episode on critiquing our art for I learn very well from feedback? We might. We might. We've been thinking about it. Any tips on coloring for traditional art? Depends. If you're working with ink, it's always a one and done, so be careful. If you're working with pencil crayon, work in light layers and color in different directions so that you can get rid of those little sketching lines. Watercolor, again, work in nice light layers because you can always go darker, but you can never go lighter. Acrylic is opaque, but try not to blend it too much or else it'll get muddy. Gouache can be reactivated, so don't work with it too heavily. Very layered hair. I didn't mean for it to be this intense, but here we are. What's the best size pen for line art in general? There is no best size. It depends on, like, whatever you want. Because I tend to work very thick with my lines. Some people like to work very thin. So it's really up to you. There is no, like, best or worst size for line art. Like, sometimes you want to work thicker, sometimes you want to work thinner. So it's just up to you. He doesn't have a torso. No, it's fine. I'd rather just have this, like, kind of cut off. I've drawn Mara like this before. I did a demo for a class once. I swear Mara's become like one of my defaults. It's like need a long hair character? Okay, I'll draw Mara. I did a class demo at one point. Was it which here it is. Nope, this one. Here it is. I did Mara for this is normally what his hair looks like. It's kind of like a wavy kind of thing. I did this one for a class demo on Photoshop. This was a fun one to do. But yeah, Mara's one of the characters that I designed. He's a wood elf, circle of stars druid. Where is his concept? Where is he? There he is. Yeah, that's what Mara normally looks like. He's got like that kind of mildly wavy, like chest length hair. Mara was so fun to design. It was so fun to work on his look. Working with acrylics. Acrylic is actually one of my least favorite paint mediums. I don't really have any good tips for it, other than like, I don't know, switch mediums. I'm joking. Work fast, they dry way too quick. Work in layers, don't try and do everything immediately. Actually, I should have kept open that Mara file so I can just color pick, because I don't have my swatches available to me on Medibang. Oi, reference the layer, please. Thank you. Paint bucket does not work great. Sheesh. Okay, no, so I have to close this off for sure. Yeah, this paint bucket is not great. It's okay, it'll work. Character design is super fun. I am like one of my... Oops, I can just turn it off here. Character design is one of the things that I do professionally, so I am I love doing character design. What influenced my art style? I have so many influences that I don't think I can pinpoint one anymore. I have a few like major ones. It's less shows, more like people. I love Nadia Kim. Stephen McGowan, Simon Stalenhag, Valinksy. There's a lot of really cool artists out there. It's become such a mishmash of like artists that inspire me that I just can't track them anymore. Can't learn scientific diagrams, Millie. The more science that you intake, the better your art will become, which is the strangest piece of advice you'll ever get, and it is the realest. It's the realest one that I could probably give. The science of art is how you get better at art itself. I love the science of art. I love the science behind color theory. I love the science behind like you see this? Like when I draw just like this little thing, like it doesn't let me immediately do the brush stroke, which is kind of irritating. And like when it's pressure by opacity, it gives me like full opacity before I can do anything else, which is a little bit irritating. Can I use this? Hello? Yeah, science. Science includes math. Math is in everything. Math is unfortunately in everything. You do need angles for for art as well, like angles and perspective and whatnot. You don't have to calculate anything, but it's there. Like some, like, especially if you're working with like very specific kinds of perspective, if you're working with isometric, then everything has to be like a 30-degree angle, I think, something like that. 60-degree angle, something like that. And then what else is there? Like a Dutch angle for like shot types is like at 10 degrees, I believe, at all times, approximately 10 degrees, that kind of thing. I know, math is nasty. What's a good thing to use for starting digital art if you don't have a computer? Your phone. Your phone or a tablet. If you got an iPad, you can download like most. You can download like there's like Ibis. There's Medibang on like mobile as well. Some people use CSP. Some people use Procreate. CSP, however, does have you do have to pay a subscription if you want to use CSP on mobile. But for Procreate, that's a one-time payment. It's like $10 or something. It's not too bad. Autodesk Sketchbook is another one. Yep, I just saw that. I personally am not a huge fan of Autodesk Sketchbook. I just think that it doesn't have enough things for me. But like, I know that a lot of people love Autodesk. It's just not for me. But if you like Autodesk, that's fantastic. I'm glad that you have a program that works for you. Am I using a computer? I am. I am using, well, I mean, what is it? Exclamation point something? I don't remember. Exclamation point, like, materials, something like that. Exclamation point device, that's it. And you'll find all my specs. There are certain Nightbot commands that you can use. Not good in a computer. I also have a Cintiq. I have a Cintiq 13 HD, so it's a big, like, artist's tablet. I love Mara. He's such a dumb character. I have a gaming PC. I do. That's why I was able to play Stray on my PC. Sorry, now I'm kind of like focusing on the shadows a little bit more. Is Clip Studio good? I love Clip. Clip is a really good program. The two main programs that I use are Clip and Photoshop. I very rarely use Medibang. I basically only use it for the channel. Photoshop is my main program of choice. Clip is my backup. But I also use it for its other features as well. Clip Studio is a really, really good program. I remember when this character, Mara, when he showed up, he was like, I'm like, he's so similar to another character of mine, so like he became like one of my like instant favorites, because he's just like, he's great. Mara's just a great character. A lot of people like Krita. Krita's not for me. That's another program that's just not for me. Krita, I find, has a lot of, like, what's it called? Oops. Can I sample just the layer, please? Thank you. There we are. That looks a little bit better. Krita, a lot of Krita's like commands are just very different from every other program that I've seen. So it's like, if you ever wanted to switch out of Krita, it would be really tough. A lot of people use Ibis. I don't really have any qualms with Ibis. I never drew on my phone. Like, I've never really had like a tablet that I would draw on. So like, I wouldn't know. Or I guess like a different device other than like, I guess my Cintiq or like Wacom's. Because I've always used like a computer to draw. But yes, every program has its flaws. Every program has things that are not amazing about it. Some programs just have less not amazing things about them. Like, I have qualms with my programs of choice. I have qualms with Photoshop and CSP alike, but they're so few and far between that I don't really care. But yeah, all of these programs that we've been talking about, for like a free program, they're really great. Like, very clearly, my programs of choice are not free. So, like, they are paid. They're paid programs. Have I ever animated something? I've been trained to animate. I don't like animating. Why do you do this, like, blue thing, Medivang? Like, I don't know. It makes me so uncomfortable. I have no clue if I can turn this off or not. I hope I can, because I would like to do that at some point. I started with a program that didn't use layers. I didn't know what layers were when I first started. Like, digital. Like, I didn't know what layers were. So, like, a lot of my early, like, really, really early digital pieces have no layers on them. Like, I talked about that in my, in a previous stream where we went over, like, some of my old art. And I was like, yeah, no, I didn't know what layers were. It's like a lot of my really old pieces have, like, no layers on them. How did I survive without layers? I didn't. My work sucked. Are there any ways of shading skin and eyes? Yeah, it's what I'm doing right now. So usually what I like to do is I tend to work with cell shading more often than not just because it's faster. There's a lot of other ways you can do it, though. There's this thing that I'm doing right now, which is called subsurface scattering. It's adding a bit of this redness to your shadows, and it gives it a bit of extra life. Specifically around the skin, though. Usually our shadows tend to look better regardless if they have a bit of dimension to them. Try not to keep them all one shade. Am I gonna erase the rest of the eyebrow? No. I like, personally, I like having the bit of the eyebrows show through the hair or whatever. I could erase it. Usually I'm too lazy to. Like, if I erased it, it's like, whatever. But personally, I like to leave it in there. Especially when I'm sketching, I tend to just leave the eyebrow in there. Or I just do a little bit like that. Oh, have you got a name? Yeah, yeah. No, I've been, his name's Mara. He's not my character, though. Mara is one of the characters for a D&D show that I work for. The show that shall not be named. It's not hard to find the name, though. If you just go through my profile on Discord, you'll find it. But, like, I can't really say the name of it. So, if you find the name of it, if you ever want a D&D show to listen to, that's one of them. Yeah, Mara. he's a he's a wood elf druid. Probably the most chaotic character on the show right now. This isn't normally what his hair looks like, but I saw long hair and I was like, I might as well draw him. Why can't you? Because it is not a family-friendly show. It's not, like, super terrible. It's just, it's not family-friendly, so. My setup is expensive? Yes, it is. Yes, my webtoon is Say Hello Grayson. I haven't updated it in a bit. So it's there, and I have it, but it's not like I've done anything with it for a while. Or all of my friends are like, you need to update Grayson again. And I'm like, yep, I will one day. It'll happen one day. These live streams, yeah, some of them do. Some of them get turned into shorter videos. Not this section usually, like the drawing section is usually live stream exclusive, but the actual lesson portion, yes. A good chunk of them do get turned into proper videos. Edited by the lovely Dorian. Love your style. Thank you. I'm trying. Let's put this layer. Oops. Where is you? Soft brush stresses me out. All I'm doing right now is adding just a slight layer of dimension to the color. It'll usually help bring out certain areas of the piece. Flip the canvas. I like never flip. Although I don't flip my canvas while I'm working with I'm working on stream usually because I try to go a little bit faster. Medibang also doesn't have a lot of good tools to fix stuff when you flip. Yeah, it's a PC. I am working with, well, exclamation point device. I am on a PC though, yeah. I flip my canvas if I'm working on really serious work. This to me is not very serious work, so I just do whatever. voice is pretty. Thank you. Yes, my exhaustion. Yeah. Flipping your canvas is important. You should be flipping your canvas pretty frequently. But, like, if I'm trying to move fast, like, I don't care. I don't care enough, usually. How do you subsurface scatter with watercolors? Oof, I have no clue. I don't work in watercolor very frequently. Oh my god, this brush sucks. But the G pen probably won't get me what I want either. But let's see anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's better, but... Like, the downloadable brushes on Medibank are not great. I could go back to my old way of doing hair highlights. I may have to. Yeah, the shading and lighting is a lot of fun. I have to revert to how I used to shade hair, though, for this one. Or one of my other styles, I guess. Which I learned from a different artist entirely. What's my favorite kind of flower? I love the lotus. Do I prefer textured or line? See, the thing is that I tend to work with both. Like, I love textured line art, but I love super clean line art. So I just switch depending on what I'm in the mood for. How do you get your eyes in the same level of symmetrical when you're drawing a character at an angle? I cry. I'm kidding. Usually you want to do something that's called the crosshair. Your crosshairs will give you a general sense of where you need to lay everything down. So if you have, like, your head. Like, I can just do the head automatically, right? And then I have, like, the center lines that goes down the philtrum of the nose, which some of you know is the Cupid's bow. If you go down the philtrum of the nose, the center of the face, and then if you have, like, a line that curves around the head, and just... You can even have a second one to show how tall your eyes should go. That's generally the way that you would do it. What's my preferred style of hair? I love long hair. I love drawing long hair. It's like one of my favorite things ever. Longer hair of like most kinds. I've been really enjoying mid-length recently though. Airbrush does not control very nice. It's like, it's very like meh. I think it's harder to make the eyes symmetrical when they're huge. No, I don't think I agree with that. I think it's like... The eyes symmetrical when they're huge. I personally think it's, like, for me, the more realistic that I want the eyes to look, the harder it is to work for. Like, I'm very much, like, I get very picky about how I work over time. Don't spam the chat, y'all. Have you ever heard of who? No, I don't know what that is. Most of my whole drawing process is just trying to get the other eye right. Fair. I have indeed read Spy X or Spy Family. Spy X Family. I have indeed read Spy Family. I'm caught up now. I caught up yesterday, so I'm caught up to all the chapters. I know I've got 10 minutes left. I've mostly just been padding for time. I've finished ages ago. I am now just like doing whatever. I feel like I've just been streaming for so long that it's like I don't... Like, just being able to draw whatever on stream is pretty fast. Plume? I draw Plume all the time, actually. I just, like, I don't post my art online too frequently, or, like, I just keep forgetting to. So, like, I have a lot of Plume doodles off to the side. Favorite brush on the program I'm using? I am not gonna lie to you, I don't really like a lot of these. I think my favorite one though is the G pen. It has the most like interesting texture, I guess. How would I draw a screen? Like a curved screen? Like a monitor? I don't know. I've never tried. Just I guess like just a curved plank, I guess. Yeah, Medibang's free. This is the free program. Like, we use Medibang every once in a while. But Medibang is indeed the free one. I am very annoyed that I have to, like... Ooh, did that work? I don't think it did. Hang on. Let's see. Hey, it did! Oh, they changed that. Nice. Does this mean I can... Hey, you love to see it. Fantastic. That was one of my biggest pet peeves, is that you used to not be able to do that. It's like you couldn't put everything into a folder at once. Gosh. Am I a Krita user? No, I am a Photoshop and CSP user, usually. Sorry. Wilb, I just read your... That is the most accurate description of Mara. I haven't said his last name. I haven't said Mara's last name for a reason. But that's very accurate. That's the... No, I'm sorry. That's so funny. It's so true. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Have I seen the She-Ra reboot? I have not. My dad has, though, and it's one of his favorite shows. Just you no, I'm fine. I'm fine, kid. It's just it's more accurate than you know. I love this character. My dad has good taste. My dad has great taste. My dad is a great man. My dad's current favorite meme is, if you've ever seen it, you know, if you know, you know, kind of thing. It's the, oh, they can clip to folders now. Let's go. I need to do that now, I guess. When did they change that? Oh, fantastic. Wait, can I do this? No? What do you mean? What do you mean? I guess it just doesn't really work. That's annoying. Oh well, it's okay. I promise what I'm doing is intentional. Don't worry about me. To draw on an iPad or anything else but the computer. I have a Microsoft Surface. That is what I use for travel, usually. Gosh, you know what I should probably do? I should just like that. There we go. So then I can do what I want. Keep the chat PG, please. Minecraft soundtrack totally smacks, dude. 100%. Totally agree. Am I gonna share with those Pulse? Yeah, probably. Pulse and I play in a campaign together, so yeah. I tend to share the Mara art right after I finish it. When Minecraft drops the beat, though, so true. For real. I wonder if, like, I can do, like, a... See, because I already have blue kind of around here. I wonder if, like... Actually kind of fun with the extra pink. Hang on. Oof, sheesh. Alright, hang on. Oh, there we go. Nice. Is Mara a canon character from somewhere? Yeah, he's from a show that I work for. He's the Wood Elf Druid. Circle of Stars. How do you pick a good background color? It's mostly just like what I want the overarching color to be. So Mara's got a lot of blue. Mara's got a lot of blue in his design. So I'm like, I might as well use blue. Whenever I draw Mara, I always forget these things. I designed this and I always forget the straps on his design. Always. The show that shall not be named. Yeah, thank you. He's not my character, but you can find out more about Mara in my Discord profile. Woo woo. Oh, you know what I could do? What else I could do? I could put these into a folder. Do that. Do this. Please tell me you have a Gaussian blur. Fantastic. Let's keep that up. And then lower the opacity. Yeah. Look at that. Nice. Without width. Gives it a bit of a dreamy look. I used to never do this, and now I do it all the time. Like, I love just adding just like a slight blur on top of everything. It just makes it all feel very dreamy. It's like a very subtle thing. The more you add on, the more dreamlike or kind of funky it looks. Am I gonna am I gonna keep turning objects into characters? Probably not. All right, though, y'all. That is 6 p.m. Thank you so much for joining this stream. Thank you for watching this channel. Wing Canvas. If you didn't know too much about us, we're not just a YouTube channel, we're also an art school. If you'd like to check out the classes that we offer, be sure to check out the website, wingcanvas.com. You can check out all the different classes that we offer, because I am not the only member of Wing Canvas. There are tons of us. So if you'd like to check out... Oh, my dad's favorite meme. Sorry, the concrete. Like, I know, I just started that sentence and I totally forgot. The cement, that's concrete, baby. That's my dad's favorite meme. Jokes. But yes, so we have classes that we are offering. This file that you see in front of you, both of these will be available on the Discord as JPEGs. If you'd like to download them, that is what they are there. That is what, that's where they are. So if you'd like to join the Discord, that's where all our JPEGs will be uploaded, if you'd like to check those out. But if you'd like my working files, you're gonna have to support us on Patreon. You'll get a working file a month, one per month. There'll be recorded classes there up for grabs as well that you can take. And then there will also be discounts on other classes. What is next week? Good question, me. Let's see. What are we learning next week? What is the thing next week? Is it anything interesting? Oh, I'm drawing with no lines. Alrighty then. I'll be working in Photoshop. Good. Thank God. We'll be doing lineless art next week. It'll be another chill kind of stream. No lesson beforehand. I'll just be working immediately. But yes, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I'll see y'all next week. Au revoir. Bye-bye.